I mean, the bar is really low. Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you like your podcast clean and tidy and appropriate for children of all ages, then head on over to her very own podcast. Well, okay, maybe not children of all ages. I don't know about that. But head on over to her very own podcast, Unlocked, where they talk to people about things.
And stuff.
Jeez, way to leave me hanging there.
I'm sorry, you usually say it and then I repeat it. I didn't want to step on your toes. Be nice to me. Okay, so what are we talking about today, sister?
Today, we are staying positive. And we are talking, see, we're being positive.
Yeah.
As opposed to earlier when we were tearing holes in games left and right. We're staying positive right now and talking about best game plots.
Yeah, the games with just the best plots. Mm-hmm. Not really the best games, but the ones with the stories, plots that we like the best.
The storiest plots.
The storiest plots. Yeah. Yeah. It works.
I like it.
I mean, it doesn't, but for our purposes, our butchering of the English language that we try to do, we just shove words together. It works. You know. So, the games that we could come up with, we came up with 4 games that we think have just really nice plots.
Yeah.
So, I want to put it out there. My first one is Secret of Shadow Ranch.
Yes.
Because, like, it's got everything that a story needs. It has lore. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
It's got lore. And it has, like, a full, like, A plot and B plot.
Yeah.
You know? It's got the whole what's going on in current day, and then the whole story of what went on in the past. Yeah. It's got beautiful...
It's the exact opposite of Message in a Haunted Mansion. Seriously, because it's got similar sort of thing where there's, like, a search for a treasure that was left behind by, you know, a couple in olden times, and da-da-da-da. So, like, you can't really describe the plot as well in Message in a Haunted Mansion as you can in Secret of Shadow Ranch. It's nice and they elevated it.
Yeah. Elevated. I like it. Mm-hmm. So what's nice about Secret of Shadow Ranch is that there's also a nice linear story.
Yes.
It goes from A to B to C. And I like that in a plot. Mm-hmm. To be honest.
Nice and organized.
Yeah. And it actually, you know, makes some semblance of sense.
Yeah.
In the way that it happens. You know? I like that. I like that about plots.
I like that in a plot.
Is when there are questions that are posed that then get answered later in the story. Which happens in Secret of Shadow Ranch. You know? That's nice.
Yeah.
It's like, there's the question of who is doing the things, and we find out who is doing the things and why they were doing them.
There's no, like...
And how they were doing them.
There's no, like, finding a book that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
you know? There's...
If only they had also incorporated the flash floods, then everything would have been...
That would have been, like, a cool ending, too. Like...
Yeah. And then
that's why we can't like leave the area where we are, because the canyon is flooded, and so that's why we have to lose Shorty in the maze.
Yeah.
Just do that. Anyway, But yeah, everything else is nice and tied up with a bow.
It's true. Yeah. It's nice. And the Francis and Dirk storyline is also really lovely.
Yes.
I mean,
well,
yeah.
I mean, you know.
He dies.
Meryl,
but
there's that storyline. That's
oh yeah, true. But it just as a storyline itself, it's nice because again, it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, I mean, the bar is really low. But the bar is really low, and Shadow Ranch
it meets
hops.
the bar.
It hops. Yeah. So, I mean,
it hops.
It works. It hops. It's good. Your turn.
Okay. So, Shadow at the Water's Edge is a really good plot. Like, it is tragic and dark and everything. Again, you know, questions are posed and answered. You know, everybody's got a reason to be there. Everybody's, you know,
relevant to the plot.
Thank you. Yes.
They're integral to the plot.
There's no like, Jenna's still making her chowder, you know, so.
Local cafe owner unaffected.
Right? It's, these people, like, their lives and the plot are perfectly intermingled. It's not, you know, anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody's relevant. Everybody's got a potential motive.
Yeah.
You know, so... And that makes it fun, because honestly, the first time we played it, I was genuinely surprised that it was Rentaro.
Yeah.
Because it was like, wait, really? Are you serious? Because, like, they sort of spring that on you.
Kind of,
I mean, in retrospect, they don't, but...
Yeah.
When first playing the game...
Yeah. And, like, they actually... What I like about Shadow of Water's Edge is that it's complex.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has a complex story to it.
Yes.
And it also has the kind of A plot and B plot, right? It has the what is going on now at this very moment with the fake haunting, and it also has the what was leading up to Kasumi's death storyline.
Yeah.
Where we're going through things and finding all that out, and how that is, again, crucial to solving what's happening now.
Yeah.
So, it's nice, and it's got lore, of course, my favorite thing.
Love the lore.
Gotta love the lore. Any game that has lore is better in my...
Yeah.
Just in my eyes.
Absolutely.
Because I get to explore all of the stuff about Kasumi and everything, and get to come up with my own kind of opinions on what was happening and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
Yeah. It's good.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And again, the plot follows from A to B to C. So it meets that bare minimum of making sense.
You know, being linear and logical.
You know. You have to... You know, there's some convoluted stuff that goes on in it. But at the same time... You know. But at the same time, it's still nice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you took out the game aspect, it would still be a good story.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
I could see it as like a cartoon sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be pleasant with the gaslighting, but...
No.
But, you know, it's fine. Again, that's part of what makes it a complicated story, and that kind of is good, because they actually go in depth, kind of, on a complicated topic.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That kind of thing doesn't really get explored in a lot of the other games, and I like that it does get explored in this game.
Yeah.
And that he's seen as obviously in the wrong, which is the most condemning of that kind of action that her interactive has ever done.
Yeah.
So, since their previous domestic abuse of poor Linda Penvelin got excused.
Yeesh.
So, glad they finally took a stand against domestic abuse. But,
Didn't know it was necessary, but anyway. But no, yeah, it is nice to see them actually dealing with something.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. I'm also going to bring up a final scene as a good plot, because it is legit the only game that makes just actual story sense, like, more than the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, start to finish, it actually is a real fucking story.
Yes.
It's actually makes sense.
Yes,
it helps that it's separated between the days. I think that's also part of why Secret of Shadow Ranch is good like that too, because you can only do certain things on day 1, you can only do certain things on day 2.
Yeah.
It helps keep it more coherent and cohesive.
Yeah.
You can talk.
Oh, okay. No. No, but yeah, I was just saying it's very straightforward. Suspects' motives are very clear. Like we can see why Simone would have done it, or we can see why Brady might have done it, or we can see, so like, and it's obvious how the suspect actually knew where to go, because sometimes, okay, I'm having trouble thinking of a game moment where I'm like, how did they know to go there? But like in the movie Hidden Staircase, we don't know how they knew about the hidden staircase, but so we understand, why he knows where to go and all that sort of stuff, and it's cohesive,
yes,
and coherent.
Exactly. Those are good words to describe the plot of the final scene. Cohesive and coherent. And again, the bar is so low. It is so abysmally low that we're like, wow, it actually goes from point A to point B, and I'm just excited about it.
I am enthralled.
Yeah. Final scene actually does that. And it has a proper climax.
It really does. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that also helps.
The entire third act is just perfectly...
Exactly. The stakes are really high and everything.
You feel it in every moment, and just the clock is ticking.
Exactly. So, it's good.
It is. Are we done with final scene?
Yeah. Okay.
Ghost of Thornton Hall, as I will always sing its exaltations. I love the story in this. I love the whole plot. It's a missing bride on a haunted island in the South, owned by a well-to-do family with a dark-ass past. And that's just beautiful.
The lore.
The lore.
There's a lot of lore in this one.
There is.
It's good.
It's
good. I can always appreciate some lore.
Yes. And I appreciate that they, also explain away, because you know how sometimes in the game, anyway. Never mind.
Never mind. I just enjoy learning about all of the past Thorntons and getting a glimpse of a lot of their lives and all of that. It also has the fact that it's broken up into specific days.
Yes.
Go towards its favor. and how you can only do certain things on certain days and stuff like that. Because it forces you to fall asleep after doing certain things. So it's definitely broken up. And again, that helps it a lot.
It's good that they knock Nancy out.
It's good that they just knock her unconscious with fumes. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's, she'll live.
She just...
Damn. I forgot to bring that one up. She just loses the will to live? Okay, whatever. But, yes, it definitely helps. And again, there's the main plot, and then there's also the B plot, where in the main plot we're trying to find Jessalyn, but then everyone else is having us also try and figure out what happened to Charlotte.
Yeah.
What led her to being in there in the fire. Mm-hmm. So.
Which is a similar sort of thing to Shadow at the Water's Edge.
Yeah.
Wherein it's family, and where their whole B plot is learning about the family and learning about the young woman in a previous generation that was questioning the family and then unexpectedly died, and then we come to the new generation that has a young person questioning the family and It's a little repetitive, but it's told differently and well.
Yeah. Agreed. So, some honorable mentions. Mm-hmm. Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon.
Yeah, that's pretty,
it doesn't have the whole A to B to C thing, so it didn't make the actual list.
It mostly does. I think that the problem is it's not, it doesn't explain itself.
It's not quite enough of a plot.
It's not.
So, but it's still a fun story.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
still
fun.
Yeah, it's still a fun story. There's still a story happening.
There's a lot of payoff. There's also a lot of, huh?
Yeah, but there's still a story happening, so it meets that bar. And it's fun.
It is, it's fun.
Another honorable mention, Danger on Deception Island. It has a plot. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense, though.
Yeah. It's an enjoyable story, but it just doesn't,
It's not coherent. It's cohesive, but not coherent.
It's so bright, but it just doesn't apply itself.
It's the me of games. Yes, so that is a great way to describe Danger on Deception Island. But it's still an enjoyable plot.
It is. It's an enjoyable plot.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I'm sure I do. Okay, well, honestly, an enjoyable plot is Ash.
I was about to say, yeah.
It's a bit much.
There's a plot. There's a plot there. It just wasn't executed. It wasn't fun to do. It's like the opposite of Danger on Deception Island. There is a plot. It makes sense, but it's just not fun.
No, thank you. This is not the plot that I wanted. But yeah,
it's cool that Nancy goes to jail.
We're cool with that. That's not our problem.
But otherwise, it's like a tedious plot.
But
it's a plot. It's a plot that makes sense.
It is.
It is coherent, so it does hit that bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Legend of the Crystal Skull.
Yes. Mostly yes.
Yeah. Again, Coherent, not completely. Cohesive, also not completely.
But fairly linear.
Exactly. And fun. The
Yes.
plot is fun.
It's very
We are
fun.
solving the puzzles left behind by the guy who is hiding a crystal skull through puzzles around his fake eyes. And that, if that doesn't say fun to you, I don't know why we're friends.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It doesn't explain itself.
It doesn't make
At all.
any sense.
I mean, most of all, am I supposed to believe that was really a crystal skull? Like a genuine... And in that case, am I supposed... Is this truth in Nancy Drew? Like, in the Nancy Drew multiverse, are
there crystal skulls?
Legit crystal skulls?
Do they actually do what they're said to do? Who knows? We don't know. We for sure don't know. Any more?
No, you know what? I think they're gonna make us be not positive. They're making us do this by not having enough good plots. We're gonna have to also talk about the plots that made the least sense.
You want to talk about the plots that made the least sense?
Let's go off on them because...
Okay, plots that made the least sense. You know what I'm gonna say.
Shattered Medallion?
Shattered Medallion. I love the Sunny stuff, but the entire build up to like a full-on reality show that Sunny orchestrated, getting all the... No, it makes zero sense. Zero sense.
It needs to explain itself.
Doesn't explain itself.
Honestly, I think that there is some sense that needs to be made of Sea of Darkness.
Yeah, I still don't know what happened.
I'm real murky on the details. Like,
honestly, yeah. How did Soren overpower Magnus? Like, that's very confusing to me.
Is he deceptively strong?
Did he just like sneak up behind him?
I don't know.
What is the point of kidnapping someone? Why did he kidnap him? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't follow, like, his character. Okay. But if you're willing to kill for gold, you should have started there. Call back to last week's episode. You should have started with that. Exactly. That's just... Come on, Soren. And while we're there, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, that plot
makes no sense.
That plot makes no sense. Absolutely no sense.
Hey.
What? Why? Why did this happen? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Why did she do this? Why was this her first choice?
She kills us with a bone. What got her to this point in life?
Right. I need origin stories on, like, so many Nancy Drew villains.
It's true.
I'm starting with, Renee.
Yes. Warnings at Waverly Academy.
If they were so smart, why did they think that was gonna work for like, what good is the education if it was only going towards one of them?
I know. Were they just gonna have one person in college? How is that gonna work? Just with one meal? With, like, one meal plan? Were they gonna just live off of one thing? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. What were they gonna do? And what about Corinne? What was her game plan here with this? Like, and then she just leaves us to die. Like, if you were gonna kill for...
kill for gold. You should have just started there.
That's pretty much where I am right now.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like being valedictorian meant nothing.
It's almost
she just wanted to scare people away so she could look for... It's the same thing with the fucking dogs. I just want to scare people away so I can look for things.
Her Interactive has just a chronic case of characters jumping to the weirdest conclusions. Like,
I'm just gonna kill you now. I know I was just being arrested for petty theft, but I'm just gonna murder you now.
You know what? I want to find gold in them thar hills, so I'm gonna paint a horse white and have it run around as I create havoc.
Yeah,
How do you get to that point, Shorty?
There was no okay. I'm not gonna talk bad about Shadow Ranch, but there was no reason for that. Shorty was just extra.
So extra.
Any more that don't make sense? I mean, a lot of them.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of them. This is...
Oh, Creature of Kapu Cave.
Oh,
how could we not say Creature of Kapu Cave? I can't believe we almost forgot yet again Creature of Kapu Cave. Because if you forget, like, oh my god, that's like episode 7. It's like disappointing endings. And we forgot Kapu Cave somehow. And someone's like, how could you forget Kapu Cave? As a comment.
Because we forgot it.
Because it's that, like, unmemorable sometimes, okay? Yeah. But I recently replayed it, and so yes, that plot makes 0 sense. Mm-mm. They can't even explain it at the end of the game.
Like, they try-ish.
It just makes no sense. Nothing. They didn't even try. They didn't even try to give us any hints during the game. Any clues.
They just lied to us the entire time.
Literally.
I feel hurt.
Okay, so that's what we thought were the games with the best plots and the worst plots, apparently. We changed the topic halfway through. That's how we do it here on Krolmeister Sisters.
Like that.
We're just quirky. I'm just quirky like that. So if you have other games that you think have better plots, you're wrong, but you can still tell us on our Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and our fancy website, krolmeistersisters.knifefightclub.com.
You can also find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, and Spotify. That thing.
Yeah.
You can leave us reviews and maybe we'll get to read them on the podcast.
Yeah. You can also subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote. Or you could support us on Patreon, where you can get access to podcast night VODs and cat pictures of Streamcat that even our mom hasn't seen. So, as a reminder, I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister Sisters. And we're asking you guys to stay smooth.